Good morning, class. I know I asked this in my "This is How I Believe" speech, but who in here plays a sport? Okay. Follow-up question: who in here's sport is in the Olympics? Okay. So my first topic is bowling a sport or a hobby. The United States Bowling Congress is fighting for bowling to actually become an Olympic sport. People think it's a hobby. Like, you go out on Friday nights, drink with your friends, throw a 5-pound ball down the lane, and watch the pins splatter. To me, it's a little bit more. It's preparation. There's different oil patterns that I have to fight every time I step onto an approach. Some patterns, like this one, are more flat, so the ball has to have a straighter shape towards the pins. And the one on the left is more of a Christmas tree type of pattern, so you can have more angle on the ball. There are sport leagues that help with practice on these. It's not just fun games for some people. It's an actual way of life for them. Parents are ruining sports, childhood sports. There are parental bragging rights. There are certain parents. Is there a way I can press play? Because that's what you're playing.
Is there a video?
Yeah, that's
right
a video. That
there.
should be a video.
Let's see if we can. No.
If not, we can just go back to it.
Okay.
Okay. There are parental bragging rights towards kids in sports. There's, oh, my kid's better than your kid, and it's terrible for kids to have to go out there and have their parents on the sideline running up and down the field with them, screaming at them, screaming at their coaches from the stands. That was no mark to you. And it's just, I playing sports growing up, I've had those parents. It's terrible to see them from the field or from the sidelines. It's not fun. Parents try to get a competitive edge. According to the Boston Globe, there's 80% of kids are withdrawing from sports at a younger age because they don't want to have to go home and face their parents if they didn't score 15 points in a basketball game or score 2 touchdowns as a running back. Parents are forcing their kids out of the sport that they want them to excel in. And it's not fun for these kids. And my final topic, along with bowling should be a sport and parents are running childhood sports, is paying college athletes. Just last year, during the college football playoff, $2.43 million per team to each bowl game. So there was 2 bowl games and then there was a national championship game. So each team that participated in those games received a minimum of $2.43 million. Each bowl game they participated in. There are video games like NCAA 16, for football and basketball. They use players' likenesses and attributes and abilities in a game, in a real game, and morphed it into a video game. And they made hundreds of millions of dollars just off of these video games. And these kids were not compensated for this. And that wasn't fair in my opinion. According to the Tilt, college athletics brought in a revenue of $900 million a year. And like I said, these kids are not being paid for that. There's kids that are skipping meals because they have to go to practice, and then once practice is over, dining hall's closed, they can't go get dinner. Does that happen to anybody here before? And that's yours.